My name is Aaron Miller. I am a fourth generation carpenter from Corning, Arkansas, and I would love to be the next presenter at JLC Live. I've been in the business for about 17 years, just me and my dad, so it's just the two of us, and we self-perform almost all of our work. We rarely sub out any work. Behind me is a 30 by 60 edition that we're on right now, and as you can see, there is an exposed fastener metal roof on there. So that's something that I think I would be really good at speaking extemporaneously in front of a crowd at JLC Live. I will say right up front, Tony Blue and Jeremy Castle are two individuals that strongly encouraged me to make this video and send it in. So that's one of the reasons that I'm doing it. But another reason I'm doing it is because there's not a lot of resourceful information on exposed fastener metal roofing. There's not a lot of instructional videos, there's not a lot of articles written on it, and I just think it would be something that a lot of people would gravitate towards. It's really an industry that's blowing up. So I'm going to include in this video a really quick tip on how we keep such a long run straight as a string. So as I mentioned earlier, this is 60 foot long. So how do you keep that metal straight when you're putting on panel after panel after panel? That's what this next video is going to show, and it's just a small snippet of some of the details and techniques that we use when we're installing exposed fastener metal roofing. Hope you enjoy. Okay, so our metal is pre-drilled. I'm up here on the roof. This is the most critical part of the entire metal installation, in my opinion. If you're going to pay attention to any of this, pay attention to this part. One thing's for certain, the fascia ain't straight and the rake ain't straight. You got to pick one because you can't have both. Which one do you see the most? Yes, you see the rake, but how long is that rake? 16 foot, well, it's 204 inches, right? That's including our overhang. The fascia is way longer than that. You're gonna see the fascia as you walk around the house. You're gonna look up and you're gonna see what's overhanging the drip edge. That's what everyone looks at. You might see a little bit of crookedness on the rake, but you have to accept that. This is exposed fastener metal roofing. You have to accept that. You can't have a straight rake and a straight fascia. Now, we hope it's as straight as possible, but we know that none of them are perfect. So this is how we address that issue. I've got a mark right here. This mark is 5 inches. Now that includes my 1.5 inch overhang. You can make this mark whatever you want. If you want to go up here, you can put it up here. It doesn't matter. We're just going to use 5 inches, okay? Because we want to stay on this drip edge. That's the reason we're doing that. We know that this drip edge is relatively straight, right? And we want to stay straight with the drip edge. We've established that. So, got a tick mark at 5 inches. Our overhang for our metal is 1.5 inches. That's what we like. Now, some guys will go 1 inch, some will go 2. We like 1.5 inches. So with our 1.5 inch overhang, we're at a 5 inch tick mark. Now, what Special K is going to do is he's going to go down there and he's going to mark a tick mark at 5 inches as well, with an 1.5 inch overhanging the edge of the drip. So really, if he wanted to, he could just pull this tape up, and what do we got here? 3.5 inches. So he can really just pull the tape and mark at 3.5 inches from the drip edge. When you hang down an 1.5 inches, see 1.5 inches, you're at 5 on the tick mark, okay? Once he marks that tick mark down there, we're gonna pull a chalk line. I'm gonna get on my tick mark, he's gonna get on his, and we're gonna pop that line. That line is how we're gonna keep that metal straight. Every single piece that I get off that stack and hand up, I'm going to mark a tick mark at 5 inches on the metal. Now this first side, I'll mark it on both sides so that I can straighten it up. But when we line that mark up with our chalk line, every mark that I mark on that, if we do that properly, it will come up string straight. Say when? There we go. I'm gonna take my tape and I want it where I can see it really well. So 5 inches, 5 inch tick mark right here on the edge. Now, because this is my first piece, I'm gonna come around here and I'll mark a 5 inch tick mark on this one as well. And that will get us hopefully pretty straight.
Okay.
All right.
All right, we got our tick marks. This is where we've got to try to get it straight. Right there, I'm on my tick mark over here. Probably need to come over to the edge, huh? That looks pretty good on the edge. Now let me look at my other tick mark, see where I'm at. Okay, if I want to stay out there at the edge, you've got to move yours that way, because I got to drop this tick mark. More, a little more, a little more. Right there. Let me check it again. Yep, I'm right on the tick mark out here. There we go. Okay, so the bottom's fastened, the top's fastened. Next up, I'll just have to, from here on out, I think we got 8 more sheets for this side until we hit the valley. We're gonna stop at the valley. 8 more sheets, and we'll hit that tick mark on one side. It'll be the other side, because I just line this side, which will be the small rib, up with the bottom of the sheet. That's why you don't need a tick mark on both sides all the way through, just on the left side.